Finally, Idle Talker, terrific pace shown at Doncaster last week for Carol Grasso and Mick Freshwater. First time at Yarmouth, same again as last week. Would do the trick for me.
Okay, so I think it's 6 for Hobbs. I've gone 4, All About Class. Errol's also with the 4. I think the run to the first bend's going to be crucial for 4. 6 also for Dave Clark and Darryl Williams. Idle Talker and All About Class, the 2 popular choices. Let's go to our commentator, Errol Blythe.
Quite a lot of money in the ring, Dave has just told me, for trap 4 here. All About Class, the local runner. Buzzing along in the market, down to 6 to 4, 7 to 4 about Idle Talker for Carol Grasso. They're all in. This is the Sunbets Vegas 71st East Anglian Derby Standard. Another £500 to the winner. Starlers coming across towards the traps to check them over. Quick glance at the board, still no change. 6 to 4 and 7 to 4, All About Class and Idle Talker. Bigger prices the rest as the hare comes round. Get ready for the action. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. A level start between 2. Bar the Warrior leading here, just ahead of 5. March on Poppy as they go round the bend. And at the back is All About Class, and it's run into trouble. So 2, Bar the Warrior, clear. And fairly quietening down the crowd here from 1 in second. Ballymacdemon. After these comes 5, March on Poppy. So they come around the final bend. And Bar the Warrior for Paul Dale, who took part in the Derby, runs wide there, but he'll skate up. It's Bar the Warrior that wins. Over the line in second was 1, Ballymacdemon, and 4, All About Class, back in third. So Bar the Warrior, who showed a bit of speed at Toaster when we were down there for the Derby, makes it win number 10 from 34 for trainer Paul Dale. Last success coming on the 23rd of July at Central Park, when winning a sprint in 16:21. Got away and led throughout, no problems. All About Class, the local runner, a little bit disappointing, you'd have to say. Don't forget this greyhound was sent off 7 to 4, favourite to beat Forest Chunk during the East Anglian Derby. But here, he's not shown a lot to the bend. Bar the Warrior out in front. He got a slight touch from the 3, Kilgraney Bray, and that put him on the back foot. So they went down the far side. March on Poppy was in second at the back straight, ahead of the 1, Ballymacdemon. But that improved into second at the third bend. But Bar the Warrior, who'd, despite running wide, kept up the gallop all the way to the line without any problems. Running on late was All About Class for third, and in fact was finishing even stronger up towards the drop. But of course this is over 462 metres up the track. So Bar the Warrior, trademark early speed, getting out in front and making all here, lads.
Yeah, well done to Bar the Warrior. In fact, he did make that Derby plate final, didn't he? He was actually last of the 4 runners in that, having been behind Grace's Blue Boy in the semi-finals at Toasters. So that Derby plate form was pretty solid behind Dorotta's Wildcat.
Dorotta's Wildcat. He actually got knocked out of the Derby in the first round behind Dorotta's Wildcat, but he's always shown plenty of pace to the bend and certainly used that to great effect tonight. The Mildenhall boys were in full cry down the far side as Bar the Warrior, who was knocked out of the heats of the East Anglian Derby behind Murray's Act. But remember, that was the 27-27 remarkable time for Murray's Act. Bar the Warrior found trouble on that occasion, but was allowed to dictate terms. And All About Class in trap 4 didn't really get a chance to dominate himself. Ray Pleasance, of course, 2001 Hanover Pier was his East Anglian Derby winner. Idle Talker never really again close enough to threaten, wasn't that well away, and then ran wide, needed to be out in front. That's when he does his best work. But take nothing away from the Ard Up and Happy Syndicate. Met them a couple of times at Toaster. They were having a great derby. Of course, getting to the derby plate final was consolation, no question, for their early KO from the Classic. But 27.63, it's a great effort from Bar the Warrior.
Certainly was. Bar the Warrior winning here for Paul Dale. All About Class, the other well-backed dog, just missed the kick slightly. I think he slightly ran into 3 on the run-up as well, didn't he? I think the draw might have beaten him, out in 4.
Yeah, possibly so. But I mean, that
He's a raider, isn't he?
The winner's done terrifically well and drifting off of that last bend. And of course, they'll be playing up their winnings, because in our very next race, the marathon, the Dales, Paul Dale, and the same Ard Up and Happy Syndicate have got Able Winner running out of trap 2. It's going to be a hard ask to land that double with Ribblats and Meadow and Inch Ford amongst others against Able Winner. But the first leg has been landed, and some.
Yeah, well done. Bar the Warrior with that early pace. He's got so much early. this greyhound, and he used that to good effect. A little bit of crowding, as we said, between 3 and 4 on the run up there. Kilgraney Brain, all about class. 6 was almost out on the hair rail off that second bend. Idle Talker had to take a step right to avoid 3 and 4. Just went very wide. The greyhound who won at Doncaster, didn't he? Last week we were there, Idle Talker, but he's another dog. I mean, he made the Prix Derby final, didn't he, earlier in the year? He just didn't show his form at all tonight, did he, Idle Talker, for whatever reason?
No, I think he's one of those greyhounds that I think is best when able to lie handy. He wasn't able to do that to Idle Talker, but of course, they've had a good run of it of late. No disgrace to reach the Derby final at Peterborough, and of course down the field behind Higher, but he runs a little bit later on, and then that imperious performance I thought at Doncaster last week, a fast time as well, 27.29.
Well done indeed to Bar the Warrior team. We're going to go out in a moment to the presentation area. Once the greyhound gets there, he's making his way back. He's put some running in there, isn't he, Bar the Warrior? At early pace, he showed there was electric to the first bend, and he's making his way back to the presentation area. Big crowd outside here at Yarmouth, always is for the East Anglian Derby, and decent weather as well. We've had a couple of wet nights, and of course the misty night a few years ago. It's Swift Keith emerging from the mist in front to win for an emotional John Mullins on that occasion. Let's go to Darryl now. I think he's down there at the winners area. Darryl.
I appreciate you coming to me quickly, because Paul, the winning trainer's got one in the next as well, of course, which we will talk about in a second. Are you all right? Are you sorted for the next one?
Yes, mate. Yeah, we're getting someone sorted out there.
That was a pretty decent run, wasn't it? Did you see that coming?
Oh, yes. Been waiting for it.
I'm having these conversations too late tonight, aren't I? You seriously fancied your chances, yeah?
Oh, definitely tonight, yeah.
What was the difference tonight then?
Well, it's been running with a bit of an injury, but we're sorted out now, so we're back to normal.
You can see this man's beaming smile. It tells the whole story here, and it's pretty much a family affair, isn't it? I've been chatting to your brother as well.
Yeah.
Hard up and happy. Who's hard up and who's happy?
I'm both.
You're both.
I've been hard up, now I'm happy.
So you've all had a few pennies on you?
Yeah, we all had a little bit.
Tell you what, can we make it a double with Abel winner in the marathon?
You never know, you never know.
Listen, fantastic performance.